Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
This is your friend Alex.
I don't know about your friend, but this is Boshka.
Bosh, you gotta be friends to everybody.
I pick my friends.
All right. Well, in this episode, I forget what episode this is. 60?
This is the episode 60.
I think. Oh, we'll say it's 60.
Well, we didn't do it last time, so you know what? We'll just roll with it.
Yeah. I'll bleep it out if it turns out to be wrong.
This is episode 61.
Yeah, 60.
Beep.
Okay. In this episode, of course, last week we watched 21 Jump Street, so obviously we're gonna watch Star Wars. Yay!
Yay! After that, we're gonna watch Harry Potter. Woo.
Yeah. No, those are jokes. But eventually we will watch those movies.
Oh.
Okay, but in this episode, we're gonna be talking about 22nd Jump Street.
Woo!
Woo! And my prediction was that Boshka was gonna like it because, in my opinion, this movie is equal to the first one, maybe slightly better in terms of its jokes. Maybe because it's like the characters are more established and we're more familiar with them. But I think it's more or less on par with the first movie.
I'd say so, yeah.
So what do you think? You like it or not?
I liked it. But the thing is, like, I remember that Alex was like, I don't know about worried or like something when we were playing when we watched the trailer. Yeah, Alex was like,
No, I told you, right? Yeah. Like watching the trailers for these movies, you're just like, oh, this movie kind of sucks. But then when you actually watch the movie, you're just like, whoa, this is actually a lot funnier and better than I thought it was going to be. So I don't know if they did that on purpose or is just the trailer just ass. But
either or.
I mean, it's a hidden gem, in my opinion. It's a hidden gem. I mean, it's done enough. It's done it well enough that it was able to
portray the whole, yeah.
And then hopefully they're able to do another one in the future. They kept saying they'll do another one.
How long was the last movie?
This was made in 2014, I believe.
What was the one before?
2012.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a long time have passed.
Yeah, because Channing Tatum said that he's not quite sure if the joke would work a third time. And I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to pull it off for the third one.
Yeah, because after the second one, because what happened in the first one and the second one, they kind of just like reversed the whole thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now they have to find a new twist because they can't just reverse it again.
Yeah, exactly. So either they're gonna introduce a new partner into the mix, or they do something crazy. Which not the rumors, but it was leaked that they're actually gonna do a crossover between these characters and Men in Black.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a crazy crossover mix that they're gonna plan to do.
When was this thing?
It was a while back when Sony got their emails hacked or something, and one of the list of movies.
Back. Yeah.
Yes. So that was in the planning stages at the time. They were planning to do a crossover between Men in Black and Jump Street, which I thought would have been really cool.
Really sick. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it would fit the
the theme and whatever.
fit the aesthetics too. But I don't know about the swearing because either they're gonna have to tone it down a bit, or they're gonna have to make the Men in Black people a little bit more different.
Well, Men in Black, I don't know. I think the newer one, I only saw the trailer.
Yeah.
Was pretty, how do you say this? Pretty young. I don't know if that means.
Yeah. Because that was supposed to be like a reboot.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Because everybody was like really, like hyper, and they were like, the joke was like very free almost.
Exactly. In my impression of Men in Black is like they are kid friendly.
Right.
Yeah. Even with
maybe a little bit like tongue in the cheek kind of jokes.
Like even when you shoot the alien, there's not blood. It's just like green gloop, right? Or goop. So it doesn't really affect the rating too much. Like as a kid, you can still watch it and be like, alien, because it's not like humans like get shot in the face or anything. No. Like them, I think they get eaten, but usually it's eaten whole.
That or got got eaten and then got like thrown out.
yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. It's like off camera or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, so I thought it would have been nice to. I wish we could have seen that crossover, but I don't know if they're gonna do Tommy Lee and Will Smith, or they're gonna have new characters. Which I think they should have new characters.
For me, I don't know. Because the old ones, for me at least, like Men in Blacks, from my memory, is more like the jokes and whatnot. But it's kind of the contrast between like a serious dude and the Joker, right?
Yeah.
But for Jump Street, both of them are like jokers, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the balance with the old one would make like an interesting chemistry, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because if there's one person the serious guy and then three just fooling around, I got a feeling the first one, especially with the flow of the movie or whatever, the first one's gonna do something stupid too, and that's gonna be like the big joke, right?
I think what would be interesting is actually those two have to infiltrate the Men in Black thing because there's a mole in there or something. Trying to deal drugs to the aliens, like international drug trade or something. Intergalactic, right? And then they finish all that, and then they have to report back to the captain, and the captain was like, "You motherfuckers on drugs or some shit," because like it's so unbelievable that there's aliens on the planet. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what would you want if they ever made the sequel?
I don't know. I don't want because that's the thing. Because I've have a bad habit. I told you this, right? I tend to come up with my own story in my head, right? Especially after I watch like a prequel or something and then watch it. And I kind of guess what the sequel is. Yeah. And when I watch it, if it's exactly what I thought it is, I would hate it. So I do. I would hate it. I'm like, oh, whoa, of course. Yeah, of course it's going to be exactly what I thought it would be. And the twist is right over here. See? Yeah, no, call it. Okay. Like when I saw that, I was just like, oh. That's why like from now on, like I just stop. I don't do that. What do you want in the sequel? Nothing at all. I don't even know if the sequel is going to come up. Like I just cut my brain. So I don't.
But this one, I don't think they're gonna have a third one.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
If not, I mean, there's works in the projects that they were gonna do spin-offs or something.
Yeah, like spin-off and like crossover, just like for dumb jokes. This is great. Yeah, but as a standalone as its own, no, I don't think.
Yes, but what would you predict if they by some miracle they made a third one?
It's gonna suck.
It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna be in it though?
Well, we watched it too, right? The movie, the 23rd to all the way to like.
I love that gag.
That was great.
Just a bunch of movies and them being stupid.
Because I was like, next one, you're gonna go to medical school. I'm like, wait, what? Is that gonna be? And then and the next one, so that's a gag. Like, keep going on and on and on. But
yeah, he was like, fuck it, go to dance school. Okay, so I guess that's our initial impressions. Yeah. To be honest, I don't think there's much to say. Just like the first one, this is a straightforward movie.
You just cut your brain and just watch it for the lulz.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about little characters. Jenko. Channing Tatum's character. He changed a little bit in this one.
I don't think he changed.
I think he did.
I think he became more what Schmidt was in the first one.
What's that?
He got too deep.
Yeah.
He enjoyed it. He saw the possibility that he could have been kind of thing. Yeah. If only he went to college, because he didn't, right?
Yeah.
Because he said it too. I'm the only person in my family that actually pretends to go to college.
But I don't know if that's like him. Like if I was in that situation, I would say the same thing, right? I'm the first one to pretend to go to college, not the first one to go to college.
Well,
I'm not the first one.
I don't know. What I'm saying, like, I don't know about you. I don't care about you. You're not in the movie. But in Jenko's case, I don't know if his whole family bloodline is like, just like a brawny, muscular, athletic kind of person, and he's just like not suited for school.
Yeah.
Probably pursuing a higher education was never been a thing, right? So he was like, oh, college. Like I've heard of it, like like all the parties, all the fun stuff, and whatever. Like he dreamt of it, but he could never go there, right? And now that he got the chance to do it, that's why he just swam in it, so to speak. He thrives on it.
Right. But he realized like Schmidt wasn't holding him down. That's what I mean. Like he always thought he was dragging him down because he's like the slower, unphysically fit and the stuff.
Well, kind of, because in this movie it kind of Schmidt doesn't feel like he does a lot.
But he did solve the case in a way. Like he figured out
both of them did.
Yeah.
Like they kind of just like, like, yeah, he did it at the end. Like, he had a thought of whatever, right? Yeah. And, well, at the same time, Jenko did, too. Like, he had, like, his suspicion and whatnot, and they meet up after the broke up part, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, but I don't know, because the whole time, it feels like the last one, Jenko didn't do much. Mm-hmm. This time, Schmidt didn't do much. It kind of like the balance thing, kind of.
Yeah.
So this one, when he says, like, Schmidt felt like he's holding him down, kind of felt that way until the whole
therapy
action
part?
going. Oh, well, okay. I don't know about the therapy part, but the action part going, and then you could see that they're like literally hand in hand helping each other, and trying to solve it in like their own different but same goal kind of thing.
Right. I think in the first movie it was trying to establish the relationship, and this one it built on that, like it improved it in a way.
I think it's more like solidify.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's established that link that they're partners for life.
I have a partner for life, but
they're life partners. Just like
it's a job. It's not a it's not a life. Okay.
They're partners for life. They're soulmates. Bosh.
So when the work is done, you punch out your stranger. Okay.
Not for them. They're brothers, man.
Yeah, but so for us.
We're brothers too.
Yeah. Well, I need to punch out soon. So.
What else about Jenko? I don't know. No, that's about it, I think.
Because that's the thing, like, because in the first one, even, what was it? Oh, because they switched their personality, right? Well, identity, sorry.
Yeah.
So, Janko couldn't really get into, like, the sports and hang out with, like, the
jock.
Yeah, the jock of the team. So he kind of, like, hang out with the nerds instead, and he made friends there. But in this time, he managed to jump with the jock and all do this crazy... insane stuff that, like, you know, the what do you call it,
like the football stuff,
and it's like, you know, the generic, like, super American college life,
frat boy party stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to Schmidt, Jonah Hill's character.
He's the what do you call it, the butt monkey.
The butt monkey.
This is what they call it.
No, the butt of the jokes.
Yeah.
He wasn't so much in the first one, but I guess now it's his turn to kind of.
Yeah, because I think the first one is where he's the highlight, right? Kind of like it's a place to shine.
Yeah.
And this one is keep fucking left and right. So, but that's kind of like, yeah.
But he did get the girl, so it's not all losses.
But that's the thing, though, because at the end, that's the question part, right? Because now they were like on dating and whatnot, and then at one part, Maya was like, "Well, thanks for lying to me," blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
And then the one time, and then I think Schmidt got into a hostage situation, and got saved, right? But then after that, there's no
interaction after.
Yeah, between, so we don't know what's what, right?
Yeah, I was thinking if they ever made a third one, they'll probably be like married with a kid or something.
Yeah, but then they'll break the loop. You know what I mean?
What's the loop?
Because in the first one, it's always Schmidt got the girl. Second one, Schmidt got the girl again. Yeah. In the third one, they're married. What the fuck, yo?
I think no, because they'll play an interesting dynamic in the third one, right? Because now Schmidt because he's really risk averse, right? Now he's even more so because he doesn't want to lose his family, and then Jenko has to do more physical stuff. So I think it'll be interesting. And then Jenko has to like play the babysitter, and he doesn't know how to take care of a baby because, you know, he's the dumb character. So it'll be interesting to see. But I don't know.
I'm not very good at like writing what comedy? Do you call it? I'm first of all, I'm bad with comedy, and second of all, I'm bad with like brain dead comedy. So I'm just really bad at it.
What do you mean? Our entire lives is brain dead comedy.
Yeah, but I don't write it.
It writes itself, really.
Well, you know. I have no hands in it. Just so you know. I laughed at it a lot, but I did not write it. So
just record your personal experiences and then just write it down in a book.
It's called autobiography. It'll be a horror story.
No, just change the names and change the title of the book.
Yeah, not it'll be a depressing story. It won't be a comedy. It'll be a black humor.
This be like Totally Not My Life by Bosch. What else? So yeah, he in this story, I guess his journey is that he's too clingy and he has to let go and be okay being himself or whatever. And he managed to have some action to himself, right? He beat up the girl.
That scene really left me uncomfortable.
Why?
It left me with like so much question. I'm like, there's this weird sexual tension between them instead of punching each other. I was like,
I thought that was a pretty funny joke.
I know it was funny, but I'm like, like,
it's a nice twist on the
hold
Mr.
Up, wait, yeah, I know. The whole time I'm like, hold up. Okay, yeah, that's a gag, right? Wait, why is it? Like now she picked the gun. I'm like, oh, okay, back to the action. All right.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't know if they're going or not because the moment they put it out there, this is like, oh,
okay, stop. Okay.
So it's a nice gag.
It was a funny gag, but the whole time I'm like, you know?
And then they went a little bit harder on the gay couple thing analogy between Schmidt and Jenko.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so much doing the gay stuff to each other, but more like couples in trouble.
Couples in trouble. That's a word. Yeah.
But so, and then like, yeah, just more gay stuff like him reaching into his pants to grab a grenade. Yeah, like again, this is all like
brain dead humor.
Yeah, stupid humor, but it's still hilarious.
It's funny. That's the thing. Yeah, it's hard to pull off, really. Like a brain dead humor. I haven't seen one nowadays, at least.
It's hard because people. I think nowadays in this day and age, because like
people find those corny.
not just corny, but like people expect a little bit more now. I think we're more
sophisticated
in a way. Yeah. Not only that, but like, you know, if you say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, you're gonna offend certain groups of people.
Let them be offended.
You're gonna get canceled by certain groups.
You mean people. Like, you know, free advertisement?
That's the thing about being canceled, right? Like back then, when stuff like that happened, no one cared.
Yeah. Why do they suddenly care? It never fucking matter.
There's a lot of voices on the internet, right? And it is. And not only that, but like people from like higher ups now feel pressured to drop certain actors and stuff. Right? But I'm surprised, like take Chris Brown for example. He nearly killed Rihanna. He nearly killed his baby mama. And he's still making bajillions of dollars making music still. And no one says anything.
Wonder why, eh?
I wonder why. Yeah, I really do.
Do you know?
I really don't know.
Oh, really?
He has like really good lawyers and stuff, and he has a rabid fan base, I suppose,
and a lot of money, I suppose.
That too, but like, yeah, like he is just he didn't let himself get canceled despite all that fact.
Well, if you have enough money, you can just like, you know, uncancel yourself.
I suppose. Yeah, I really.
So it is. Unlike us, we're gonna get canceled by the next episode. Peace out, guys.
Right? So you just gotta not let yourself get canceled, Bosh. Yeah, that's about it for those two. And then now we can talk about Captain, which is angry black guy.
As usual. Stays the way it is. Just get angrier and got more scene time. Like,
yeah, but
angry.
Yeah, but every time he was on the screen
he was angry.
He was angry and he just stole the show. Like I wanted to see more of him. Actually, I wanted to see more of him. And the bit with him and the captain's daughter, it was a nice twist.
That was great.
Even though it was obvious, but like how they played it off was pretty funny.
I don't know about obvious. It wasn't.
Like, you knew they were somehow related.
I don't.
Because that's the payoff, right? Like,
I didn't know. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm like, okay, well, Schmidt got another girl. Oh, like he actually, you know, bang on that one. Okay, cool. Oh.
Right? Because every joke has to have a payoff, right? Like,
well, that's the thing. I didn't see that one coming.
Oh, okay. Like the goalpost, they talk about how like they're gonna bring it down, and then end up bringing it down. So that got paid off.
For me, yeah, that's less of a joke and less of more of a, how do you say it? It's just like the flow of the story kind of thing, right? But like the daughter had no what do you call it? No first sign, no nothing. Just like, oh, it's another girl that blah 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 blah. Captain's daughter.
So okay, but what about like for the bad guys, the Ghost and his daughter?
That's the same as the first one, right? Like the first one, those the gang with the bike that they were chasing with the bicycle and the thing. Yeah, it turns out to be the bad guy, right? In this one, the first act movie too, is the exact same thing. The bad guy turns out being the bad guy, right?
But actually, it's not them really. It's like the daughter, because the daughter's the mastermind. Yeah, the dad is just watching her do all the work,
just like supporting. Okay, all right. But yeah, for the girl, because we know that the whole time she's very antagonistic.
Yeah.
But we don't know why.
She's very standoffish for sure.
Yeah.
And just throwing old jokes at Jonah Hill.
Even though she herself didn't look.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It was kind of weird. Like,
I think they did it on purpose. Like they try to make like straight with the hairstyle and whatnot and the way she was wearing the clothing. Like, I think that's definitely
trying to make her younger than she actually
is. The other way around. It makes her look older. With the way she clothes, and then that's why when she's hurling those jokes, it kind of like, you know, pushed back at herself too, as we are the watchers. Like, what are you talking about? You're looking like old too. At least that's what do you feel to me?
That would be like super like meta joke.
You think?
I think so, because I don't think a lot of people will see it that way. And also, I don't want to make it sound bad, but generally speaking, like white people do age a little bit faster. Physically,
I don't know about faster.
They definitely look
show
older.
their age by like more prominently.
Yeah.
For like usually the Asian ones, we don't. But when we do, we just
it hits us.
We just hit it right away.
Yeah.
We start seeing the crows. We start
maybe
seeing
that's why we're
instantly.
just too used because we all have baby faces.
I don't think so because like even I don't know if I can give a good example, but
yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of that movie. I mean, there's not much to say. It's just like the first one. It's the exactly first one.
It's just they turn it around. That's it. And they're more, what would I say this? Braver, I guess.
Yeah, they're more confident in their work.
Yeah. They do like the jokes and whatnot is more, what do you call it? More frank, I guess. And the awkwardness and whatnot was just like on point. Like the stereotypical of the whatever in the thing was just like exactly as is.
Yeah.
And like even the action scene, the explosions and whatever, it's more like frequent.
Yeah. Oh, and also like how they called back to some of the jokes in the first movie.
Yes,
too.
they did.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping they say something with the explosion. He's just like, hey, how come everything is exploding now or something? I think that would have been cool, like a throwaway line.
That would be funny, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I forget what I gave the first movie. Did I give it 8.5 or something?
I don't know. I'm giving an 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say both the movies 8 for me.
You're giving 8.25.
No. They both feel like 8s to me.
No. I remember he gave 8.25.
Oh, did I give 8.25?
Because
okay.
It wasn't 8, but it wasn't 8.5 either. Being a fucking pain in the royal.
All right, so they're both 8.25s. They're both 8.11113 repeating, of course.
Endlessly.
Yeah. No, but yeah, both of them are really good, fun movies. You should definitely check them out. And that's all I have to say about that movie.
Yeah, burrito we go.
No, not yet. We still got another half an hour, Bosh. Come on.
Okay.
So, if you had the chance to go back to college, and enjoy that typical, stereotypical college life,
yeah,
would you want to, or would you want to be more like, keeping to yourself, doing the artsy stuff?
Oh, I'll keep to myself. I'd probably study really, really hard.
Really?
Oh,
why?
fuck yeah.
Why is that?
Well, the thing is, like, with college and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is a rambling of an old man. It's like going back to high school and, if you go back to the high school, we just, like, redo what you're doing? Oh, hell no. I'm going to be, like, probably trying to study the right thing, grab the right thing, and then try to finish whatever's post-secondary is possible. I mean, I'm still trying to do it right now.
Right.
And I probably have to redo it because probably all my credits are like on fire now. It's pointless because I haven't gone.
Oh, does it reset after a while?
A long while. I haven't been like in school for like probably over 2-3 years. So 2 years.
2 years? Oh, how long does it last for? Then?
I have no idea. But if you haven't taken courses in a while, the credit goes away.
Oh, you're gonna start back from zero?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Whatever. But yeah, like if I get the chance, I'm probably gonna be like, instead of I don't know, because that's the thing, right? If I could just like reset it. But the thing is, like, when I go back to college, it's kind of like, for me at least, it's a shitty point in my life.
Yeah, so it's difficult.
Yeah, because I have to like pay for tuition, I have to pay for like rent, I have to pay for like my food and everything like on my own, right?
Yeah.
So that was rough. That was rough time. That's the thing. Like when I do that, I couldn't really study and focus. Like it was rough. So, like, if you told me that I could just go back to college and don't have to worry about that shit and just enjoy the typical thing, I would fucking study the hell out of it. I would get my 3.75 GPA back. Like,
not squander the chance, eh? I see.
Hell no.
Because, like, unlike the first movie where you can't really redo the high school life, we are able to sort of, in a way, redo our college life.
Not redo, more like do.
Yeah, more like or redo. It depends on how you look at it. Like, maybe you failed it and then you dropped out and you're like, a few years later, like, hey, I want to get back into it again. Yeah, so you can retake the course again, right?
I suppose.
Yeah. But that's the interesting thing about college. Is like, no matter how old you are or wherever you may be, you can always come back to college and just take the courses.
True.
Yeah.
But depending on how it is, for some people, they take, especially a lot of people who's like more ambitious and more, who have like solid goal in life.
Yeah.
Who think every, ticking moment is an opportunity in life. It is. Meant more some other than the other people.
Yeah.
But remember, people graduate college or university for a reason, right? You find like better job or whatever that goes forward, right? Well, because I mean, I'm not trying to belittle any person who, like, let's just say graduate from like college at 80 years old, but it's great. That's good for them. And I bet that's like, it's more of a bucket list than a goal in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some people want to do it for
they
fun.
Want to do it for, because like, you know, like something, let's just say their parents wanted them to do it since they were kids, but they didn't have the chance until they're older, right? Good for them. Like, that's amazing. But most of the people, especially like people who don't do stuff for the bucket list for their life, they want to do it as soon as possible, right?
Yeah, yeah.
To trying to open up more opportunity and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, that's usually the dilemma, right?
Yes.
Because to get the opportunity, you have to do it as soon as possible. But at the same time, sometimes the opportunity is not there for you to do it. So now you're gonna be like, and a lot of people just say, just do it, you know? And it's easier said than done, honestly.
Well, yeah, but I think that only affects a small percentage of the people that actually wants to go to college, in my opinion.
True.
Because for the vast majority that are saying, oh, I can't do this, I think they
just chose not to.
Yeah, they're making excuses like, oh, you know, I want to save up money, I gotta do this first, I gotta do that first, I gotta do that. And eventually you're just gonna keep building these excuses and just putting it off, and you might as well just.
But that's the thing, like for me, the fact that you can do that's a luxury, right? I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. But what I'm talking about, like just now, is like the people who really probably needs it, right? Yeah. Especially for the opportunity and whatnot, for the brighter future, and probably like to feed, you know, be able to feed other people in their family, right? Yeah. So
it's just like what the movie said earlier. It's like, are you happy being where you are, or do you want to be more than what you think you are, right? Being more capable, like burst through your. He's
doing the motion that I'm really, really uncomfortable with.
What's wrong with this motion? You're just bursting through the ceiling.
If I'm Gambit, you're dead right now. Just so you know.
I'm just doing the motion that they did in the movie.
Yeah, and if I'm Gambit, you're dead. That's what I'm saying.
Just burst through your limits. Limit burst.
But yeah, anywho, that's the talk about college. Yeah. What about you? Would you just enjoy it? How would you... Have you ever been to like college before?
Yes, but I never did like the typical, or not really.
Like,
college.
Did you finish it or?
No. I dropped out because I'm a dumb. But
dumb, or you just?
Yeah, I'm a
don't want to do it. Like,
well, it was a combination of both. I think that's what happened. Is like I wasn't really so interested in the topic, so I didn't really pay that much attention and concentrate.
And you just lost like motivation and everything. Your mark goes down, and you're like, oh, why am I doing this? That's a
kind of So what ended up happening was like, you know, I was like falling asleep in class and lectures, so I stopped going to lectures and stuff. I stopped even like, I didn't even bother like learning how to do any of the stuff. I had a friend who just kind of just like, oh yeah, you can just copy my stuff or whatever. I'll carry you through the whole semester.
That's probably the worst.
Yeah.
Though never listen to those kind of people. They meant like well, but it doesn't benefit you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I ended up being so lazy.
Even like in high school too. Even somebody said that it doesn't benefit you. Trust me, hard work pays.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Especially like the habit of, you know, reviewing, studying, even looking at the subject outside of the scope of the classes. It'll help you in whatever it is that you're gonna do forward, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know the expression "good was it practice makes perfect"?
Yeah. But
you need to have good practices.
No, well, that's the thing. Yeah. Good practice comes from discipline.
Exactly.
And discipline is hard to do. It's not... I'm not talking about maintaining. Just do it. Like, do a couple of things. Like, let's just do it for a week. Do it for a week. And then try maintaining that. That's a different level of hardship,
the discipline and the maintenance and the maintaining is... I didn't have it at that time. And I still don't know if I do.
For me, that's what I'm trying to do right now in my life too. Like, I'm trying to do it like every day.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it like a certain time to always have like, you know, do the workout regimen that Soup gave me.
Yeah.
Like, I've been trying to do that to keep as just a sense of discipline.
Yeah.
Just at least at a certain time do this and, you know, be done by this time. Doesn't matter how much you do. Just keep improving by within this like 1 hour period, and then you're good kind of thing, right?
Right.
I did it for like 3 days and then I just stopped doing it again because something got in the way, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to do this and I can't do it in this time. An excuse come up. Exactly. And the next time, like, I already missed a day. Like, fuck it, it's not working. Like,
the moment,
just never let failure weigh you down. That's the thing. Just because you failed once because of something doesn't mean it's okay to.
Yeah, right. Once you hit that
compromise,
once you hit that roadblock, it's really depending on the person. Like, do you want to just jump over that roadblock, or do you just go, oh, there's a blockage, I'm gonna step back and go back?
Most of the time, because It takes effort, a lot of
effort. It does.
And effort is not. It's not something that people really like to expend.
Sure.
As a living being, I'm pretty sure, unless it's necessary,
you're effort averse.
Well, because I think that's the rule of all living beings, right? Doing the most things with less effort, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have to do it, most of the times you don't do it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The people who thrive are the people who can overcome that basic instinct or basic laziness.
Yeah, that's how Google was made. That's how Facebook was made. That's how Amazon.
Just break through. They just persevere and dedication, right?
Right. That's why, like, when people are angry at the super rich, mega rich people,
well, it just don't happen to them. They put the effort. Their parent put the effort. And that's the thing. Like, even with rich people, if let's just say they just got handed to them and they never did the practice and the proper work, they'll lose it easily.
Yeah, they're still able to maintain that wealth.
Yeah, right? the fact that they could still maintain it, that takes skills and dedication.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
the fact is, like,
the fact that we're broke and then everybody and like the rich people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I get it. There are some corrupt rich people out there that are like taking advantage of us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you can't be angry at someone who worked their asses off to be where they are.
Yeah.
That's just like, like,
that's unfair. They worked it.
Yeah.
They hit gold mine. So, I mean, it'd be great if they share, but
yeah,
but like, we don't deserve it because we didn't.
It's not expect. You can't expect
because we didn't work that hard. We didn't spend the thing, and we didn't hit the gold mine.
Yeah, think of it this way: it's like when you see a homeless person out on the street begging, everyone just walks past. But we're in a spot where we're able to give something to them.
That's
Why not? And we're like, oh, he's gonna spend it on drugs. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. Well, then fuck you. Like, it's exactly what we're doing to the rich people.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you have so much money, you're not gonna be able to spend it all in your lifetime. Give me something. No,
you gotta spend it on like stupid shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same cause, exactly the same case. Which is why you should give me $1 billion, because I'm gonna
buy more dolls.
I'm gonna buy $1 billion.
That's right.
But yeah, like I think I told you, like, I always thought about going back to college, but I don't know what
not for. Here. That's for sure. You keep talking about like going to college or school like somewhere overseas.
Oh, no.
The language and whatnot.
Yeah. If I was going to go to like Japan, I'll go to a language school to learn a language. But if I was going to go back to school here, I don't know what. I'm leaning towards accounting, but again.
Well, the thing is, like, a lot of people go to this school for a goal, right? What is the goal?
The goal is to make more money, obviously, right? I'm not saying because the reason why
that's a very vague answer to me.
Why is that?
You want money? Yeah, everybody do too.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to college just to make money.
It's a good place to start.
Oh yeah. But it doesn't have to be, right? You can find another way. Maybe like invest in something and do something. I'm pretty sure there's other way you can make money.
Oh yeah, there's other ways.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think your goal needs to be more specific. Like,
but it's stable. Being an accountant is stable with good pay.
Well, you can do what you're doing. You're stable too.
I suppose, but it's not stable enough see, the reason why I want to move to, say, Japan is because the real estate is cheaper. But if I want to buy a house in Vancouver, which, by the way, everyone already knows, it's nearly impossible.
Yeah. And
it's going to be impossible in the next 5 years. Right now, it's nearly impossible. But in 5 years' time, it'll probably be impossible.
It will be.
No doubt in my mind.
I have no doubt at all. I mean, yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah, and like
I don't know if the bubble's gonna burst or not. I really don't think it will.
I don't think it will. I mean, people are still immigrating here. Of course, real estate's gonna keep going higher. I'm like, what? Why not?
The demand, and also like people are saying, oh, the housing market dipped a little. It only dipped a tiny bit, and it skyrockets.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So I don't know what is up. Like, the demand is way higher than what they're trying to supply us.
That's the weird thing, because I don't know why it's that expensive. I have no idea. We have a lot of land. We have a lot of space to go around. So I don't know. Well, probably my my thought is this place is really underdeveloped. Did you know that?
Maybe.
There's nothing. There's nothing around. If you
Are you saying it's too concentrated in, say, like the main
area? That's right. Yeah. For example, like there's only, even like we talk about this too. Like there's only so much people, like recreation place, like shopping place, and whatever. It's just concentrated in this like small pocket of area, and people, of course, want to live in that area. Why? Because it's closer and convenient to get there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like there's no effort to make more stuff. What I mean?
Right.
Make another mall somewhere. Like, I don't know, do something somewhere. Like, there's the whole way from like waterfront to like all the way to like 29th Street with nothing in between. Make something, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's hard because no one wants to buy out places. No one wants to invest construction costs, because if they want to do something like that now, they have to move further out.
Yeah, and it will probably cost like next to nothing, right? Because it's so far out there.
Yeah, and then it's gonna be like, okay, great, we have we're building in a town of population of like 3 people.
Yeah, 3 people. That's a start.
So I don't know. I mean, eventually it's gonna grow because people
People are still coming.
People are still coming, but also like people who are living here for a while, like AKA us, we're starting to, okay, we can't live here. We're gonna branch out. So eventually, all the outer cities are gonna be more developed.
But that's the thing. Eventually, how long does that take?
Right? Not in our lifetime.
That's what I'm saying.
No, probably in our lifetime.
But that moment would be too late.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So that's why it was like, oh, it would be. That's why I always toy with the idea of moving to Japan, because the real estate was.
And again, as I was saying,
cheaper.
like I'm fine with it. That for me, I'm still worried about. Like, yeah, real estate is cheap there, but like work and whatnot, does it pay enough?
Yeah, I think so. Especially if we're able to put as much down payment as we can on the house and keep the mortgage low, we can probably live off of that, because it'll probably be cheaper than renting out an apartment in the long run.
Yeah, I bet so.
Yeah, unless you want to buy out an apartment, which is possible. It's cheaper, but you won't be able to start a family in an apartment.
I mean, you can.
Unless you want a small family, like three people, or I don't know if you can.
I don't know about like your ideal family, because I know you want to have like 4 kids and like 7 twins or something like that.
That's the max, right? But probably ideally it's just be 2 kids.
Yeah.
Minimum. So for me, minimum 2 kids. But it's not up to me. It's up to my partner, right? She's the one giving birth.
Sure.
I'm not gonna. I can't force her to give birth to like 4 children.
Of course not.
Or, well, I already said I wanted to adopt 2, so I can't force her to birth 2 children.
Or you can just adopt 4.
It's still the same problem. There's not enough space in the apartment building. You know what I mean? So you have to buy a space that's big enough. But again, in Japan, I don't mind living outside of Tokyo. I really don't.
Of course.
Yeah. Because it's more convenient to travel around in there. Whereas here, not so much.
I mean, I don't know about the convenience part, because for me, the only like inconvenience that I have in this place for driving is the parking lot. That thing is mind-bogglingly expensive.
Oh yeah.
Like trying to park anywhere in this place is like next to impossible. Anywhere.
I told you, right? Because there's was a population of 2 million people concentrated in one tiny little.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Why not like trying to make, the whole SkyTrain station, make the whole pathway malls? How about that? Make just.
I don't know.
Like,
not only that, but like they charge up the wazoo to park, right? Downtown parking is like $20 for like a couple of hours or some shit. Like, what the fuck? That's like an hour's worth of work.
That's why like this place is just because my family my mom and my dad who used to live here for the longest while, I show them with a video call. I show like my mom like a picture of like in a video as we're riding the SkyTrain, like, and she could tell where I am without me saying anything.
That's good.
Or the thing saying, "Oh, that's Burnaby, right?" Like, how did you know? Never changed.
Well,
right? Yeah, low heat. Yeah, it's been like that forever.
Well, now you're seeing more developed sites and stuff, but I think now it's too late. Now they're trying to keep up with people that are already like so far.
That's what I'm saying. It's like anywhere, I'm like just like pointing out. They just know like nothing changed.
Nothing changed. Yeah.
That's the thing. Metrotown still Metrotown. Coquitlam Center still Coquitlam Center.
Yeah.
Downtown maybe changed a little bit, but
yeah. So it's like it's hard. So unless you have a better paying occupation, because I think we saw
what's a better paying occupation?
Accountant. Something that makes more money than what we're making right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember seeing a report saying like to be able to live comfortably here and to own property, you have to make at least 120,000 a year. I think it was.
How much are you making right now?
Like half of that. Not even, because after taxes and stuff. Like
it's gone.
Yeah, like maybe a quarter of that. Right. So it's. I mean, I'll probably get paid more here than I would in Japan, for example.
Well, that's the thing, but you're spending less there, right?
Exactly.
The foods cost, the whatever, transportation, everything is cheaper there.
Everything is offset by the fact that it's cheap there, including rent, especially rent. Right? Rent here for like 1-bedroom apartment and a closet.
Oh my god, like it's 1,500.
Maybe depending on the areas, like
like
2,000.
Like closer there, you get 2,000 something.
But in Japan, like
you can buy a house for like
it's like $300 a month for a rent.
Yeah.
So it's like crazy how different it is. And by the way, it's also the same in Toronto. Don't get it twisted. It's exactly the same in Toronto.
The whole country, bro.
Yeah. No, I think it's those two cities.
Just the two big cities.
But if you go to like Calgary,
but who want to live in like a snow cave? Like that's the thing, right?
No,
but that's the thing. Like the problem is not just the snow cave. That's the problem, not the weather, whatever. Probably there's nothing up there too.
Again, Calgary's getting developed. Because my cousin from Calgary,
after 40 years,
because my cousin was saying like people in Calgary who bought condos and such, thinking it was gonna be a good investment, they actually lost money.
Ow.
That sucks. That really does suck.
Yeah.
So that's
because that's the thing. Like they're well, I mean, the thing is like it would have been a good
investment,
right? If the place is actually like getting
actually held their value,
held their value, and like not just hold their value. If the place is actually getting more developed in a faster rate, right?
Yeah.
The thing is like this place developed very slow,
right? No, I don't think it was that. I think it was because they bought condos because it was cheap because of something to do with the job market bubble or something.
Okay.
Because there's like the oil or something.
Yeah.
But then they built new condos that are better, that are newer, and also cheaper in terms of the condo fee.
Yeah.
So it's just like, why would I buy something old when I can buy something new?
Yeah.
And it's slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
Right. So it ended up being like the case of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here is not the case at all. Even if it's old, even if it's like a rickety shack, people will still buy it. Well, people will buy it and tear it down and renovate it and charge up the wazoo for the new shit.
Yeah.
Because they can do that.
Yeah.
And we see that now too, where people are these corporations or construction companies buying out old places, tearing it down, building up condos that are like 100 stories feet, and then just making so much money off of it because they can, and we're suckers and we just go gimme.
Yeah.
And there's like a fucking wait list to be able to like look at the property, not even buy it, just look at a chance to look at it.
Oof.
Right. And every time they make a new condo, it's smaller, it's getting smaller, it's getting more expensive. It's becoming like Tokyo but without the fun.
Yeah.
Right.
No, seriously, without the fun.
Yeah. Again, I know people call Vancouver like it's a boring city. People are unfriendly here.
No, people are friendly, pretty nice.
Or it's not unfriendly. It's hard to make friends here.
It is.
But I think
you're willing to go out and look for it, but
yeah, I think that's like the culture we developed.
Kind of, we're content with being ourselves.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
And for me, I personally really like that. I like being myself. I really do. And I'm fine with it. But that's the thing. I think that whole thing kind of made up a wall and just make stuff really hard to live. Yeah.
But like, I'm glad that I'm able to like just go up to someone like, hey, sorry to bother you, but do you have the time, or do you know where I can go find this place or whatever?
Yeah, and they'll like reply politely too. Yeah. Sometimes. A couple of times I did. They just look at me like I'm a dirt and just walk away. I asked, excuse me, do you wear like tennis coat? Or just walked away with okay.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing too, is like, especially if you're talking to a girl.
Yeah.
They'll look at you like, oh, this guy's trying to hit on me. This is a creepo. Which is it's shitty, right?
Yeah. And I just went to the next lady with 7 dogs. I'm like, excuse me, do you know where it says? Oh, it's right over there. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate that the girls are always harassed by these creepy ass men, and it gives a bad taste in their mouths. But you just gotta, I don't know. It's just the way Vancouver is, I guess, with these creepos.
True.
I don't know. It's hard to change.
Maybe the culture. We're content with ourselves, so when we're trying to interact with other people, it just comes out the wrong end.
That too. I think so. I think like if someone was to talk to me, I'll be like, "What?" I was like, "Oh." The initial like, "What? Why are you talking to me?"
Mm-hmm. But then after the conversation goes, like, "Ah."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because I remember walking to church, I think.
Okay.
And then this guy was just like, "Oh, we're going to the same path." Now he wasn't going to church, but he was walking the same path because we weren't able to cross the street because it was It turns into a highway or something.
Yeah.
So we had to go a long way around. So it's a fairly long walk, right? And then like, do I want to leave it silent or do I want to make conversation with this guy? So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna make conversation with this guy. So I just ended up talking to him. And from what I can gather is that he might be socially awkward or introverted because he's very shy and reserved. But at least we're able to have a conversation, right? Yeah. And he actually had something interesting to say. He's like, oh, I moved out to a different country before for a few months, but I didn't like it, so I moved back here. And I was like, oh, where did you go? Where did you want to go there? I think he said he went to Iraq or something, somewhere in the Middle East. Yeah. And he went there because his wife wanted to move there. Yeah. But because it was so hot and he didn't like it, he moved back here. But at least he tried it and he has a chance to come back here. Yeah. So it's like, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. Like, as I always say, everyone has an interesting story. Yeah. They just need a platform to tell it.
Well, because a lot of people have, interesting story and whatnot. They just don't know if people want to hear it, right?
I think that's the problem too. Like the introvertedness.
Yeah. And a lot of people just think like, well, they don't need to know it and they don't want to know it either. So why am I bothering telling it, right?
Yeah. Is it insecurity, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that that's the way people feel sometimes.
True.
And then there's other times where people are just like the opposite, where it's just like yapping away.
For me, I was like walking around with the my umbrella, right? The super flashy one. Yeah. I was walking by. It was like early morning too, and then there's this dude just like what does this, like 3 dogs or something? He was like walking his dog. He was just like look at me and was like, did you know how cute your umbrella was? I'm like, oh, thank you. And then you talk about it for a bit as we were walk away. So we just keep talking about screaming at each other, but we don't stop. That one was fun.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I wanted to change. Was like I wanted to compliment people more.
I did that a couple of times because I was hanging with my Japanese friend. It was a concert. Like we were going to concert. Yeah. We're waiting in a line because it was a long line too. We waited like an hour before and there's a long line. So I was like, okay. So then I saw this girl in front of me. She was talking with that. Like I assume it's another Japanese dude. Oh yeah. So I was like, and I was telling my Japanese friend, it's like, I really like her hair color. Like her hair color was like this deep red color. Oh yeah. And I was like, and then one of my Japanese friends was like, well, why didn't you tell her that? And I went like, hey, excuse me. She's like, yeah, I really like your hair color. And I said that, and then my Japanese friend was like, whoa. Oh, right, he said Japanese, I forgot. That was fun.
Right? Because like,
but that's the thing, like if you just, go out your way and just do something and, just smile and stuff, and they'll...
Right, exactly.
Sometimes... Provided you're not being a creep about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, some people does that. Very close.
I know. Oh my God. Like what you say could make the day, right? Especially for guys where
oh my God,
we never get complimented.
Yeah, complimented. We never do.
And maybe
well, for me, at least on.
Well, I never do. I don't know about you.
Oh well.
I compliment you every day, actually.
I take that as a pure hate word. So every time you say that, I'm like, okay, I like the fact that you hate me. I hate you too.
Like I'm just intoxicate you.
Pretty much everything you said does not make me feel good. I'm gonna tell you, if you think you're making me feel happy, I'm not. It makes me feel really, really sick. So I'm glad I got to tell you on the podcast. So
it's out there, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not gonna stop.
I know.
But I don't know. You deserve those compliments,
I don't think so. But anyway, I don't know. For me, it's a lot funner to speak to elderlies. They are a hell a lot more open-minded.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They have a lot of fun story.
Because they don't give a crap no more.
Yeah. they just talk to you, and especially like when you're talking to them, they just like, especially when they start talking about their experience and whatnot. Oof.
I know, right?
They're like just gold treasure chest there, just waiting to be.
Just like Mark, right?
Yeah,
he's
not that old.
Encyclopedia of knowledge.
Oh yeah,
of stories.
Especially Mark. Mark's a special because he traveled. He done a lot of stuff.
His entire life is a life.
Yeah, his life is an adventure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. A lot to learn from that too.
Oh, by the way, I saw. I'll tell you after.
His favorite word that stick to me that I really don't like when I start working was that maximum effort, right? I'm like, no, I don't want to expend maximum effort. Please, I'm hurt. Stop.
My favorite phrase that he says is like, I love you, right? And then he proceeds to stomp you down.
Yeah, because pretty much we either fucked up or we didn't do something well enough. He would like, okay, here's the thing. You know that I love you, right? But you need a boo-boo. Okay.
No, but Mark is a really great guy. He's an awesome guy. And I'm glad to have him as our podcast manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please keep taking care of us, Mark. He's our babysitter.
Yeah. Because he showed me how to... I was like, I probably should say this in the podcast. But he showed me how to... told me how to make a man drown on dry land.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. That was really cool. I'm like, oh, yeah. Now that you mentioned it. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
I like how the stuff that you talk about, Mark, is like killing people.
No. We don't kill them. We make sure they suffer before they die.
See, for me, I was asking Mark, is like, oh, what do you think about this investment?
I didn't ask. He told me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he felt something out of me, but he told me. And I appreciate it, by the way.
Probably some evil spirit that you both are connected to.
I never said anything, but he understood me in a level that I do not comprehend.
Because for me, the stuff that me and Mark talk about is like usually about like the future, investments, savings, like what do I really want to do? Mm-hmm. What do you like this podcast, for example? I was just like, hey Mark, I was thinking of doing a podcast.
Do it.
What do you he said do it. Yeah. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And actually this is like one of the things where I'm dedicated to, I guess. One of the few things that I actually am dedicated to. What do you mean?
I guess me too. I guess that applies to me too.
Because at first we're just like, let's just do it for fun. Just see where
I still am. I'm still doing it for fun.
Yeah,
the moment it stopped being fun, I stop. I'm gonna tell you that.
I don't know when that's gonna happen though.
It feels like sooner than later. You've been testing my patience lately, so just say.
What are you talking about? I just like, Bosh, we gotta record. Bosh, we gotta record.
Oh, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Just the other stuff.
What's the other stuff?
Nothing.
Okay, then there's nothing to worry about then.
Exactly.
No, but I think honestly, this podcast may or may not end if it'll probably end if one of us gets married and have a kid.
So that's not my issue then.
It's probably not going to be my issue for at least another 50 years. Honestly, I think we're both going to be like, when it's all said and done, we're probably going to have each other and that's it.
No. Oh, that's a tall dream for you. I'm not going to fucking keep you. You're crazy.
I'm like
we're done this shit? Or I'm like, okay, yo, bro, we're done. You, me, shift's done. I punched out. We got nothing to do with each other. Goodbye.
Yeah. So either one of us gets married and have a kid, not necessarily get married, because even if we get married, we still are able to do the podcast. But when we have a kid, that's going to be changed.
I don't know why that's an issue, though.
Because you have to take care of the kid. You want to spend more time with the kid than you want to do this podcast.
Well, why don't spend them doing podcasts? What the hell? Teach them stuff.
I don't know. I don't
because for me, like even when I'm like streaming or whatever, right? Like I was thinking of doing it. I don't know when I'm gonna actually do it. But Elden Ring's coming soon. I want to use that as my first stepping stone.
Just piling on excuses, as we said.
As usual. Yeah. So where was I? Yeah. If I'm streaming and whatnot, and my kid's there, and I don't know why in my head just like she wants to, like it's already like decided. I don't know why. I never like had a. Set. I don't never really care if it's a boy or a girl, but I don't know why. The problem in my head is like she. But anyway, if my kids want to play games with me while we're streaming, whatever, hell yes, like whatever, right?
I think it might be different if we're able to turn this podcast into like our careers. Then it'll be different. Then it's like, okay, because we're making money through this and we're making quite a bit of money through this, and we're able to do this as a job. But because we have another job and we're just doing this like part-time essentially, it's gonna be difficult, especially since this generates zero income, 0 views, 0 listeners.
I don't know about that. I told you before, right?
Manifest?
No, not that. I never believe in manifest shit.
Oh, okay.
You do. You're the one who's been like pushing that fucking line of thought.
Well, because you have to be confident in the product that you put out, and I am confident in the product.
Oh, not from what you just fucking said, no.
Well, I'm also realistic about it.
Well, make up your mind. Are you confident or are you realistic? Because the reality is pretty shit.
Unless
you're confident, you gotta throw that realistic shit out of the window.
I'm confident that we're able to generate more views, but how long that's gonna take before we have a kid, I don't know.
Well, which one do you think will come first? That's what I mean. For me, I'm confidently says it'll be The View first.
Probably The Viewers.
Like easily. Really? You crazy?
Probably most likely The Viewers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is there? Like, you're like realistic, but you're confident. I'm like, where's the like? You're not looking far enough. Like, what are you comparing here? Like, why is it so hard? The View first or Marriage first? Like, it's easy. You can see it clear as a day. Which one's gonna come earlier?
That's not necessarily true. What if I signed you up for arranged marriage?
Who the are you?
Your mom.
Yeah, you wish.
The other thing I was gonna say, if there's a chance that this podcast may or may not end, if I end up moving.
Why? I mean, that again. Why?
Because you're not gonna be there. It's gonna be hard to keep out our schedule if I'm like in Japan and there's like a 14-hour date difference.
Because like your 6 a.m. is like, what was it, like 7 p.m. here?
Something like that.
Yeah, so you wake up in the morning. I got back off from work. We can fucking record for a couple.
What
hours.
if I have to work in the morning?
You won't start at 6.
Well, I have to be on the train at 6.
Not necessarily.
Or even before that, because there's gonna be packed in like sardines.
Where are you gonna work? I thought you were gonna drive there.
What do you mean? Well, I don't know. What if I decide to live in fucking Tokyo or something?
Well, I mean, if you want it to end, I'm okay with that too.
I don't want to. That's the
I've been trying to work it out, and you've been just giving excuse to give up. I'm okay with that, man. I'm cool with that.
No, what I'm saying is the best compromise is you go to Japan with me.
The best compromise. Okay.
You and I go to Japan. We buy a 7-bedroom house.
Why would I do that with you? I'll buy my own 7.
Because you can live in one half, I'll live in the other half.
Why would I want to share anything with you?
We're never going to see each other. We're literally going to see. It's 7 bedrooms. We're never going to see each other.
It's still the same house. There's one entrance.
Yeah.
One entrance, I won't see you. Like, fuck, we get off the house.
You make it sound like I'm going to go downstairs and you're like, the door open and you're taking a shit. And you're just like, hey, get out of here.
Hey, I need the washroom. Get out of here.
We should buy a house with only one washroom.
The amount of bloodshed that will bring.
No, but like, I don't know. I guess we can buy a house side by side.
Why do you have to buy side by side? Like, what is this weird?
Because
it's not like fucking anime, bro. We don't have to like be next door.
I know, but it's at least within like livable distance to each other, so we can record in live person.
Like, we can live like 3 blocks away. That's not an issue. Like, why does it have to be next? Like, I'll get sick of you. I already do without even seeing you every day. Are you crazy?
Right, but we still gotta do the podcast. We can be streamers in Japan. Hollow Live or Ichi-Sanchi or whatever.
What, VTuber?
It's way more doable there than it would be here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that why not just, like, whatever, stream it, like, right now? I thought we were gonna do that.
Yeah, but we just never find the time to do it, right? Because so far what we've been doing is podcasts, so that takes up more or less
the whole day.
Yeah. And then the other stuff that we're doing is the card game stuff, because that's our new thing now. So the Digimon stuff, that's gonna probably take a whole day as well. So unless we have a third day,
why don't we switch it, like, every other week?
Oh, like alternate?
Like the deck, deck opening on week 1 of the month. Second week we'll play games. Third week's gonna be
right. Well, I think for now is gonna be more concentration on Digimon, just because all the sets are out. But then eventually, when we get caught up to it, it's gonna slow down by months.
Yeah, but I personally do think that right now we should focus on Digimon too. Yeah. Because I'm really hyped for it too. So
yeah, I like every time I look at the cards, I'm just like, damn, brings back memories. It really does bring back memories.
No. When you look at that deck, you should be like, holy crap, he sorted the shit out of it.
That too. I go through this like, wow, you actually sorted through all these cards.
I told you, all from level 1 to level 6, brother.
Disgusting. Card monkeys that you are.
That's why never give me cards. Like, I would sort it. If like a normal playing card, I would go from ace to king, ace to king, ace to king, like a fucking sick psychopath.
Yeah, so in the end, yes, we would redo our college life.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, so we recommend the movie.
It was a good movie. It was a really good movie.
Yeah, recommend the movie. We would love to do college life if we could, and play lots of Digimon.
and it's a happily ever after.
Supposedly. Maybe it's just not one of those timelines that we're supposed to win.
your timeline. You do whatever you do. I'll manifest my shit. So,
all right,
you can be miserable alone.
Just like in the movie where one is having a bad trip and the other one has a good trip.
Yeah, you're gonna drag me. I'll pick you off the helicopter. That's what.
Okay. Any last words you want to say?
Yeah, about the trip. Which one do you think they played better? Do you think? I think the first one did the whole drug effect things better.
Yeah. The first one was definitely more like crazy and wild.
Yeah.
And I think they cut the budget for the trip in the second one because they want to spend more money on the action sequences, which you can tell
makes sense. Yeah.
All the action, there's giant set pieces. Mm-hmm. So, but that's the thing I want to see in the third one. It's like, what's the next drug, right? What was the first one called?
Oh shoot, I can't remember what it's called.
Hype?
No. Whatever it is, it's the one that was it like the heart sticker thing?
No, it looks like poo-poo. It had the shit emoji, didn't it?
Probably.
The second one had the heart emoji, I think. Wi-Fi. I remember Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi is the second one.
What's the first one though?
Don't remember. I gotta Google that up.
But anyways, now the third one is probably gonna be something crazy like I don't know. I can't even think of an acronym. To be honest.
They come up with it. I'm like Wi-Fi. I mean no. Why Wi-Fi? That was hard. That was hard to articulate.
You know what? I think they call it. I don't want to say they call it Wi-Fi because of a shit joke that they threw in there.
Yeah, like the internet or the drug.
Yeah. But I knew it when they said it when they called it Wi-Fi. They had to do that
at one point. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Oh, that was it.
That was cool. All right, thanks everyone for listening, and Bosch, close us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. This is Boschker.
This is Alex.
Talk to you